Some people are just impossible to outsmart. Not because they're the loudest in the room, or because they know every fact in the book, but because they play the game on a level most never even see. They move differently, they think differently, and while others are busy reacting to what's in front of them, these people are already shaping what comes next. Here are 5 habits of people you'll never be able to outthink. 1. They think 3 steps ahead. They're not just living in the moment, they're living in the future. They understand that every action has a chain reaction, and they've trained themselves to see it before it happens. While most people focus on what's directly in front of them, these people zoom out and look at the whole map. They predict outcomes by watching small details. A shift in someone's tone, a hesitation before answering, a sudden change in behavior. These details are invisible to most, but to them, they're signals. They know when someone's lying before the words even finish leaving their mouth. They can see the trap before it's set. They don't make moves blindly, they calculate. And when they act, it's rarely impulsive. By the time you realize what they're doing, you've already stepped into a position they planned for you from the start. 2. They don't chase external approval. They are immune to both flattery and insult. This is because they've built their sense of self from within, brick by brick, not on the shaky foundation of someone else's opinion. When you tell them they're great, they nod and move on. When you tell them they're terrible, they nod and move on. Praise doesn't make them rise higher, and criticism doesn't knock them down because neither one defines them. They don't perform for applause, they don't dress for attention, and they don't change their path to please a crowd. They're guided by their own compass, not the noise around them. That's why they're so hard to manipulate. If you can't tempt someone with approval or control them with disapproval, you have nothing to work with. And when you have nothing to work with, you have no power over them. 3. They control their emotions completely. They don't just stay calm, they master their emotions like a weapon. Anger doesn't control them. Fear doesn't paralyze them. Excitement doesn't make them reckless. They feel everything, but nothing spills out in a way that weakens them. If someone tries to provoke them, they won't give the reaction their opponent is hoping for. Instead, they stay measured, composed, and in control of every word and action. This doesn't make them emotionless, it makes them dangerous. Because while everyone else is getting blinded by their own feelings, they're making clear, calculated moves that others won't see coming. Their calmness isn't weakness, it's the silence before a decisive strike. 4. They keep their intentions carefully hidden. They understand that revealing too much is handing someone else the keys to your plans. They might appear open, talkative, even friendly, but they never let you see the full picture. Their true motives, their long-term goals, their weaknesses all kept locked away. They don't reveal their endgame until it's already too late for anyone to stop it. This secrecy makes them unpredictable, and unpredictability is one of the most powerful shields a person can have. Because the moment people can't read you, they can't control you. And when they can't control you, they start to fear what you might do next. 5. They learn from every single encounter. To them, nothing is meaningless. Every conversation, every victory, every failure is a lesson. They observe people like a scientist studies patterns, noting reactions, behaviors, strengths, and weaknesses. They can learn as much from a casual chat as they can from a heated argument. Every mistake they make becomes a weapon for the future because they never repeat it. Every success is broken down to see exactly why it worked, so they can replicate it. They are constantly upgrading themselves, becoming sharper and more strategic with every interaction. By the time you think you figured them out, they've already changed the way they operate, and you're back at square one. Here's the truth. You can't beat someone who refuses to stop learning, who stays unpredictable, and who never lets emotions or validation control them. You might think you've got them cornered, but in reality, you've just stepped into the position they wanted you in all along. And by the time you realize it, it's already checkmate.